All right, if you've ever been deep in a lab, totally in the zone, and then bam, stopped cold by one simple command, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Today, we're going to tackle an error that looks like a giant brick wall, but you'll see it's really just a locked door. And we are absolutely going to find the key. There it is, the dragon. Protocol negotiation failed. I know, it feels catastrophic, right? Like you've broken something fundamental. But trust me, it's usually way less dramatic than it sounds. This isn't instant doom, and it's not proof you've messed everything up. Exactly. The whole system isn't on fire, it's just confused. Think of it like this. You walk up to a hotel's front desk, ready to check in, but the clerk just stares at you blankly. They don't even recognize the language you're speaking, so the conversation fails before it can even start. It's just a simple misunderstanding. Now, when we see this error, our first instinct is often to start troubleshooting everything at once, right? We start chasing ghosts, wasting a ton of time and energy on problems that, well, that aren't actually there. Let's look at the usual suspects we all jump to. Do any of these look familiar? Oh yeah. You immediately start checking firewall rules. You're questioning your DNS settings. You're cycling through every username format you can think of. Domain/user, user@domain. We've all been there. And look, these can be real issues in other situations, but for a protocol negotiation failure, they're usually just red herrings. And here's the crucial part to understand. We're looking in completely the wrong place. The protocol negotiation failed error happens before your username or password even gets sent. The server hasn't even looked at your ID yet. The problem isn't about who you are, it's about the language you're trying to speak. And that brings us right to the real root cause. It's not some complex conspiracy working against your lab. Nope. It's just a simple disagreement between two machines that, come from different eras. Let's break down what's actually going on under the hood. Think of it like this. You're trying to start a conversation, but you and the other person can't even agree on the basic rules of grammar. The client says hello, the server hears total gibberish, and it just hangs up the phone before you even get to introduce yourself. That's it. That's the whole problem. So here's the conflict in black and white. On one side, you have your modern client. Let's say a brand new Kali install. By default, it wants to speak modern, secure SMB dialects. Its absolute minimum is SMB version 2. But on the other side, that older lab server you're targeting, it's expecting let's call it a vintage dialect. It wants NT1, which is really just SMB version 1. And your modern client, out of the box, simply refuses to speak that old, insecure language. And this is the heart of the frustration, isn't it? You're following a guide that worked perfectly for thousands of people. The logic is solid, the steps are clear, but on your shiny new system, it just breaks. You're left wondering, what did I do wrong? This is the key takeaway, right here. The vintage lab environment, the tutorial, the target machine, none of that has changed, but your client has. Your tools have been updated with newer, much more secure defaults. Time has moved on, and the assumptions that were baked into those older guides just aren't true anymore. Okay, so we get the problem. Now for the good part, the solution. And listen, we are not going to use a wrecking ball here. We're going to use a scalpel. This is all about making the absolute smallest change possible to get the job done right. But wait, before we even touch the protocol, let's do our basic due diligence. Step 0. Can you actually reach the machine? A quick ping to the IP address and a quick check to see if port 445 is open. This confirms that the lights are on and someone's home. If these fail, you've got a networking problem, not a protocol problem. So this is our starting point, the simple, standard command to list shares on a target. Right now, this command is what's giving us that dreaded protocol negotiation failed error. This is our before picture. And here is the after. Just look at that beautiful, simple addition. The dash option flag lets us tell SMB client, hey, listen, for this one command, and only this one command, it's okay to speak that older NT1 dialect. It's a temporary surgical override. It does the job without permanently weakening your system's security settings. And boom, there's the payoff. Instead of that frustrating error, you get exactly what you were looking for all along, a nice, clean list of the available shares. That single, tiny change was all it took to bridge that language gap. Now, you really have two main ways to apply this fix. The one-off command we just used, it's perfect for quick tests on single targets. It's clean, it leaves no trace. But if you know you're going to be hammering away at the same legacy lab all day, you might think about editing the main configuration file in /etc/samba/smbconf. Just be careful, it's super easy to make that change and then forget it's there, which can affect other connections down the line. So let's zoom out for a second. This one little fix teaches a much bigger lesson. It's not just about solving one specific error. It's about developing a professional mindset for troubleshooting any issue like this. I want you to think of it like a ladder. You don't just jump to the top rung. You start at the bottom and you climb up, methodically. Step 1, can I even reach the thing? That's your ping and port scan. Step 2, can we speak the same language? That's our dialect test. And only then, after you've confirmed the first 2, do you move to step 3. Does it accept my credentials? Keeping these separate is the key to staying out of the weeds. These are the habits that really separate the pros from the people who just get lucky sometimes. Always make the smallest possible change first. Keep notes of what failed and what worked. That contrast tells real story. And please, avoid permanent global changes when a quick, temporary test will do. Most importantly, only change one variable at a time. Otherwise, you create what I call debugging fog. And trust me, that's where good afternoons go to die. And this is really the final point. The goal isn't some chaotic, lucky fix where you're not even sure which of the 5 things you tried actually worked. No, true success is quiet. It's methodical. It's defensible. It's a clean result that comes from a tidy ladder of proof. So the next time you see that error, don't panic. Just start climbing the ladder, one rung at a time.